got to, because you're the only one that can hang with him.
Okay, ready?
Yes, sir.
On your camera, Spank, in 3, 2.
Welcome back, folks, and thanks for tuning in. We're getting ready to get into some real interesting stuff. So, I'm a proud Tech Tiger, and I know you're a proud Karma's Raider. So I've had my people on here, and we've talked about the rivalry. We've talked about, you know, all the do's and don'ts, the ups and downs. So talk to me. No, don't talk to me. Talk to the people. Let them know what it was like to, because you like me, we weren't superstars, but we were stars in the program. Yeah. So talk to me what it was like to be a top level player at Commerce High School during those times.
Man, funny you should say that, because I went to a high school basketball, I'm gonna say it was about 2 years ago. And I was ashamed. They told me it was a Division I school. Game. And I was ashamed. I said, and one of them was Commerce. I said, you're lying to me. No one puts in that effort like we did. I know I'm off subject a little bit, but when we was there, our goal, may not have been the best, but our goal was to be good. Yep. We had to be respectable. We had to be on top of our game every single day. And playing tech, I was Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights.
At cathedrals, a house full, everybody's listening to it. I remember my senior year, we played you guys at Tech. And every Thursday night before I had to guard Rick, I couldn't sleep because I had to guard him. I know I was in trouble.
You ain't the only one.
I know I was in trouble.
You ain't the only one who couldn't sleep.
But yeah, it was for the city championship. You guys won by a little bit. But those kind of games, man, the energy was live, the people were live, and we had a little guy in the afro running around yelling at everybody. We ain't gonna say who that was, but everybody knows. He was just running around yelling at everybody. But I'll tell you what, though, man, those are the most fun games I've ever played in.
Absolutely.
And I've had my best times playing against you, and I've had my best times playing with you. You always brought out the best.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. And you know what? With all due respect, me and my homeboy Rick, we always talk about winning, but who do we talk about beating? Commerce. We don't care about beating Cathedral. We don't care about beating Classical. That's what we do. You know what I mean? We brag about beating Commerce because y'all was the ones we wanted to beat. And truth be told,
you did.
The only ones could beat us.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
That one year, that wasn't the case. We played y'all 4 times. Y'all beat us 3. But that's all right.
You know.
That's
but listen,
right.
You know what that is too? And I don't get into, you know, our era was better than the kids now, the young men now, because I don't do that. My father never did that to me.
Right.
You know, like we were better than he never did that. So I don't like to do that. But what I will say is, when we played, the lessons we learned and the relationships we developed were life lessons. You know what I mean? Life lessons.
Here we sit.
Here we sit.
Here we sit.
Here we sit, man. Here we sit. And when we stopped playing against each other, now first we played baseball together.
Yeah.
Then when you was at Commerce, I was at Tech, we was enemies like this.
Only
right?
on the court, though.
Only on the court. Only on the court. But we played hard.
Yes, we did.
Right?
Like
we played hard.
Like a license pendant.
And we talked bad to each other.
Ooh.
Huh?
Well, some of us did. Some of us talk better than others. I'm not going some of the
Yo, security. I got a button around here. Security. I think my boy took me the button. Hold on. Security. Come out here.
But you pushed some buttons.
Yeah.
But you made us play harder because we knew what to expect from you and Rick.
Yeah.
Rick was a nightmare, and you were the beginning of the nightmare because you always got on the ball at the right time.
Yeah. And you know what, man? I say this a lot. People talk about the way I acted when I played, but few will understand that when you were Mark Hall good, Rick Wallace good, your skill took you to places that a lot of us couldn't go. You know what took me to those places? That motivation I use. I'm like, yo, I'm getting out today. I'm getting him. You know what I mean? Then I would say something slick just to get angry because that's what got me to that level.
That's that Michael Jordan thing. Mike, he had to
I don't know. Everybody, they're going to be mad at you. Don't compare me to Michael Jordan.
No. Not on the level of playing, but creating something that you knew you had to compete against. That's what he did. He would read a newspaper article or hear an interview, and then he would take what was said and like
use it as fuel.
Use it as an advantage.
Well, yeah, I use hatred.
But I'm gonna tell you though, keep it $1, man. What you showed was just supreme confidence. It wasn't that, nothing else. It wasn't like you talked about nobody in a bad way. Kind of, sort of, but it was mostly confidence.
Yeah.
You were the most confident person.
Sometimes you gotta fake them out.
You have fake it till you
Sometimes
make
you
it.
can fake it. Sometimes you gotta
it till
fake
you
the
make
hell
it.
out of them, man.
Yeah, man. So
You know what I mean?
I just saw that. I think I was your biggest fan when I wasn't playing you. I just love to see you running. Your hair's all over the place and you dancing around. I'm saying, look at this dude, man.
But listen,
But
y'all had, what did it feel like to win that state championship?
That's something. I mean, that's something that's hard to explain today because we weren't supposed to. We had a group of guys that we had been together a long time, way back like 13, 15. So we've been playing ball together. But that one season, man, after we got by you, I think we finished 22-4, and we lost 4 times. I mean, we lost 3 times to Tech, and we lost once to Classical. But we were in everybody else out the gym. Everybody, even when we went upstate.
Y'all had a great team too. Boy.
Jerry Scott and Rudy Williams at Cambridge Ring Line.
Yep.
We spanked them like they weren't nothing. They wanted to fight.
They were top notch.
They wanted to fight us at halftime.
At halftime, they knew it was over.
No, it wasn't over. They was actually up.
Oh, were they?
For the first time, Mike Martin, and usually Mike Martin goes in there, he's throwing oranges, and people is like laughing at him under the side. But this time he said, you know what, guys, we got him. Come on. So he took us in the locker room and said, do this, that, and the third, and you guys are going to win. And by the time we started doing what we had to do, and Mark went nuts on him. I think Mark dropped 44. Mark was 16 years old. I'll never forget. He dropped 44 on that night.
State championship game.
That was in the state championship.
State
that was
semis?
Then he came
16
back.
years old?
16. He dropped 44. And then he came back against Marvin Washington at Dorchester and dropped 42.
16.
His feet never touched the ground the whole game. He couldn't dunk them, but he was like, all this was over around me. It's like, man.
He was phenomenal, man. He was phenomenal. You know, they were talking, you and I were talking earlier in the week, and social media is somebody that I will not name. Don't do it.
I won't.
Don't do it.
Right.
Was talking about they were a top 5 player, and this dude is not a top 5 player in his house. And I don't even know him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I mean, I don't even know his family, but I know certainly when you talk about top 5 player in Western Mass, dude, come on, man, you're not as good as me. And I'm nowhere near a top 5 or top 20 player in the history of Western Mass. So shut it up. Let's talk about Mark, man. How Mark, because people forget about Mark, man. And you know what one of the things I really enjoy about you is that was your dude, man. And when he left us, I would hope somebody would do the same for me, man. The way you do that dude, man. The way you do that dude. So quickly tell us about him, because we gotta take another break. But so give me something on Mark, man.
Me and Mark grew up one house apart, and we grew up almost like brothers. So I could write the Mark Hall story if I had to, but he was a great competitor, man. The thing that we remember most about Mark, his mother used to get him a haircut. Mark hated the barber. Did he? So anytime Mark would go to the store and get a haircut, he'd come back, he'd drop 30 on you. I don't care, he was like 13 or 14.
Irritated.
Yeah, he was mad. He was heated. I was at Commerce playing JV, it was in the Daddy Co tournament. Miss Hall made Mark go get a haircut. I think Mark came back and torched us for 30. That's how mad he was. He hated getting his haircut. Yeah.
He was tight.
But he was a good dude, man. He had a heart of gold, silly as all outdoors. And his work ethic was phenomenal. Wow. His work ethic when it came to basketball was phenomenal. And then he just started growing and growing. And
as a man, he got to be a man early.
The things that he could do with the basketball just didn't make sense.
Wow.
And let me tell you something right now, he got a son look just like him out in Minnesota.
I've heard.
Looks just like him.
Well, listen, got to take another break.
All right.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned. We got a little bit more to go with my man, Alton Hardy. Wow. You know, to talk about those dudes, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you almost said security got me for real. Miss Lashley's gonna come out here.
Miss Lasser was coming?
He was coming. But security grabbed this guy out of here. That was a good
Get him out of here.
That was a good set. I like that touch style. I like where you went with Mark, man. That was all right.
Yeah. So this is what we're gonna do now. Last thing I think I'm gonna do is we'll touch on. I always have to touch on being a father.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit you. I'll hit you with something, and then you share, and then I'll share, and we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Good way to go.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Went from coffee cup